My girlfriend's OnlyFans was the end of our relationship, and I do not know if I did the right thing. I never thought I would be the kind of person to post on Reddit about my personal life, but here I am. I need some outside perspective because I feel completely lost. I just ended a 4-year relationship with my girlfriend over her decision to start an OnlyFans account, and I am not sure if I overreacted or if I did what I had to do. The whole situation is just weighing heavily on me. For some context, I 29 started dating my now ex-girlfriend, Emily 27F, about 4 years ago. We met in a pretty normal way through mutual friends at a party. I remember being struck by how easygoing and confident she was. She was fun to be around, had a great sense of humor, and we quickly discovered we had a lot in common. We bonded over our love for music, hiking, and binge-watching bad reality shows. Yes, I admit, I kind of love them. It was one of those relationships where everything just clicked. We had a deep connection, a lot of trust, and for a long time, I thought she was the person I would spend the rest of my life with. Things were great for the first few years. We moved in together after about a year of dating, and it felt like the natural next step. We both had steady jobs. She worked as a freelance graphic designer, and I was an IT consultant. Financially, we were doing fine, though I would not say we were exactly rolling in money. But we were comfortable, saving up for bigger plans like traveling or even putting a down payment on a house one day. Then, about 6 months ago, everything started to change. It began when Emily started mentioning how she was feeling unfulfilled with her work. Freelancing had its ups and downs, and she was struggling to find consistent clients. She would go through periods where she would land a great project and make a decent amount of money, but then there would be these dry spells where she would barely have any work. It was stressing her out, and understandably so. She was looking for ways to make extra money on the side, and I was supportive of that. I knew she wanted more financial independence, and I wanted that for her too. One night, as we were sitting on the couch, she brought up the idea of starting an OnlyFans account. I remember it so clearly because it caught me completely off guard. We were just casually chatting about different side gigs she could take on, and out of nowhere, she said, "I have been thinking about starting an OnlyFans. What do you think?" I was stunned. I had heard of OnlyFans, of course, but I never thought that would be something Emily would want to do. She explained that she had been following some influencers and models who were on the platform, and many of them were making good money by posting what she called tasteful photos, nothing too explicit, just lingerie and some more suggestive, artistic shots. She said it was empowering for women to take control of their own image and make money off of it. I was not sure what to say. At first, I tried to keep an open mind. I mean, it is her body, and if that is what she wanted to do, I did not want to be the kind of boyfriend who told her she could not. But I could not deny that the idea made me uncomfortable. I had always been a fairly private person, and the thought of my girlfriend posting intimate photos for strangers online just did not sit well with me. I told her how I felt. I tried to be calm and rational about it. I said that while I understood why she was considering it, the whole thing made me uncomfortable. I told her I was not trying to control her, but I could not help but feel uneasy about the idea of other people, strangers, paying to see her body. I said that it might change the way I viewed our relationship, that intimacy was something I considered to be between us and not something to be shared with the world. Emily listened, but I could tell she was disappointed. She argued that it was not about sharing intimacy with the world, it was about her making a choice for herself. She said she felt empowered by the idea of being able to control her own image, and that she would set clear boundaries about what kind of content she would post. It would not be anything too sexual, just photos that were similar to what she might already post on Instagram, but with a little more edge and, of course, people would pay for it. We went back and forth for a while. I could see that she was frustrated with me, and part of me started to feel guilty. Was I being too conservative, too possessive? I did not want to be the guy who tries to tell his girlfriend what she can or cannot do, but at the same time, I could not ignore how uncomfortable the whole idea made me. Eventually, she dropped the subject, and we moved on from the conversation, but I could tell it was still on her mind. Fast forward a few weeks, and Emily brought it up again. This time, she had done her research. She showed me examples of other women who were making a killing on OnlyFans without posting anything explicit. She showed me accounts where the content was more about artistic expression than anything sexual, and she said that she wanted to try something like that. She even said that the extra income could help us out financially, take some pressure off both of us, and give her more flexibility to focus on her graphic design work. Again, I tried to listen and understand her perspective, but the truth was, I still was not okay with it. I told her that I appreciated her wanting to help out financially, but I was not comfortable with her starting an OnlyFans. I said it was not about money, it was about the impact it would have on our relationship. I felt like it would change the way I viewed her, and more importantly, the way I viewed us. That conversation ended in an argument. Emily accused me of being insecure, of not trusting her, and of trying to control her. She said that I was overreacting, that this was not a big deal, and that OnlyFans was not the taboo thing people made it out to be. She argued that times had changed, and I needed to stop being so old-fashioned about it. I felt defensive, like she was attacking me for having boundaries, and I said some things I probably should not have. We both went to bed angry that night, and things were tense between us for a while after that. I thought maybe the issue would blow over, but it did not. A few weeks later, I found out that Emily had started the OnlyFans account behind my back. I had no idea until I saw one of her friends post about it on Instagram, promoting her new page. My heart sank when I saw it. I felt completely blindsided, like everything we had talked about meant nothing. She had gone ahead and done the one thing I had told her I was not comfortable with, and she had not even bothered to tell me. I confronted her about it that night. I told her that I felt betrayed, that she had gone behind my back and done something she knew would hurt me. I tried to stay calm, but I was angry. I asked her why she had not told me, and she said she did not want to fight about it anymore. She said that it was her decision to make, and that she should not need my permission to do something that was, in her eyes, empowering. We fought for hours that night. Emily kept insisting that I was overreacting, that it was not a big deal, and that I was being insecure. She said that OnlyFans was just a platform, like any other social media, and that I needed to stop making it into something it was not. I told her that it was not just about the platform, it was about the fact that she had lied to me, gone behind my back, and completely disregarded my feelings. The argument ended with us both in tears. I told her that I could not be in a relationship where my boundaries did not matter, where there was no trust or communication. She told me that if I could not accept her for who she was, then maybe we were not right for each other. That hurt more than I can even describe, but I knew in that moment that we were done. So, we broke up. It has been about a month since we ended things, and I still feel conflicted. On one hand, I know I made the right choice for myself. I could not stay in a relationship where I felt disrespected and where my feelings were constantly being dismissed. But on the other hand, I miss her. I loved Emily, and part of me wonders if I was being too rigid, too unwilling to bend on something that, in her mind, was not that big of a deal. I have talked to a few friends about the situation, and their opinions have been all over the place. Some of them think I was justified in feeling the way I did, that my boundaries were valid, and that Emily should have respected them. Others think I overreacted, that I should have been more open-minded and accepted that OnlyFans is just a modern way for people to make money and express themselves. I keep replaying the whole thing in my head, wondering if I could have handled it differently. Should I have been more supportive? Should I have tried harder to understand her perspective, or was I right to stand my ground and protect my own sense of what I am comfortable with in a relationship? At the end of the day, I just feel lost. I do not know if I did the right thing or if I let my own insecurities get in the way of what could have been a great relationship. All I know is that I am hurting, and I miss her, but I also know that I could not be with someone who disregarded my feelings in such a major way. So, that is my story. I do not know what comes next, but I guess I am just trying to move on and figure out what I want in a relationship going forward. I just hope that someday, I can look back on this and know that I made the right choice.